time for me to do another live stream. Well, mostly that live stream is going to talk about a lot of stuff that is animation related. But the big one I want to talk about is my goodness. Nick Jr. itself and Gabby's dollhouse. I don't think it's happening. I mean, first it was going to happen like on November 7th, and then they like removed it off the lineup, and then it was trying to be rescheduled at the 12th, and now it's not here anymore. I don't know why. I guess it was just an error. It's a scheduling error. It's a shame because Gabby's dollhouse would have been interesting to see on Nick Jr. because Netflix, I mean, it would have been the first Nickelodeon owned channel to air something that was Netflix related on, a preschool network. The preschool network Nick Jr. Though it does kind of remind me of something else. Do any of you remember True and the Magic Rainbow Kingdom on Discovery Family? Anyone? My goodness, Discovery Family. Discovery Family did a bad job on True and the Magic Rainbow Kingdom. Oh, hello there. They aired it on weekday mornings, which makes sense because it's a preschool themed series. It was a preschool themed series that was well liked. Out of all the channels, why Discovery Family? I don't get it. I seriously do not get why Discovery Family of all networks, a channel that has been relevant since MLP ended. And guess what else they did? They aired the show out of order and rushed the credits. I don't get this. If anything, True and the Magic Rainbow Kingdom should have been on Nick Jr. instead of Discovery Family. Say what you want about Nick Jr. and its scheduling, but it has better exclusive acquired shows like Becca's Bunch, Digby Dragon, those types of shows. It's a little crazy to see why True and the Magic Rainbow Kingdom had to end up on Discovery Family. Oh, hello there. I don't know why though. Because why did they have to rush the credits on a channel that barely did anything? It was trying to be relevant ever since MLP ended. Only Life aired on Netflix before it aired on Discovery Family. And my goodness, they removed it months after. Like, True and the Magic Rainbow Kingdom has been on the channel since last year. It's just shocking. Well, it's not shocking, but it's such a bad move they did to the show. True and the Magic Rainbow Kingdom. I'm saying that it should have been Nick Jr. because Abby Hatcher, it's by the same makers of True and the Magic Rainbow Kingdom. And yet it ended up on Discovery Family of all its channels. It's just, heck, I'll even take Universal Kids over Discovery Family to air True and the Magic Rainbow Kingdom. At least with Universal Kids, I mean, they have their focus on Netflix shows. Discovery Family are like Saban shows, like Popples and Luna Petunia. But I really think that True should have been on another network. It should have been on Nick Jr. or Universal Kids. Now back to Gabby's dollhouse. Some people worked on Blue's Clues to do Gabby, and it would have been the first Netflix series to air on Nick Jr. And for a long time, a Dreamer show to air on a Nickelodeon network. Since the DreamWorks produced shows on Nickelodeon. it is quite surprising to see why, how. But it was an error. It was a simple error. I guess it wasn't. I guess it was just a scheduling error that the show just got removed from Nick Jr. and might not air on linear cable as of now. So, yeah. So, I'm actually open to some questions if you want to ask me some questions here. If anything, I also have, every single week I post a little community post that says you can ask me any question. So, you can ask away if you want. Speaking of Discovery Family, why is it still here? Oh my goodness, it just passed so many years ahead of the hub. 8 years. 8 years. How is that even possible? With the hub only lasting 4 years. It doesn't deserve to last 8 years because it was irrelevant since MLP ended back in 2019. Oh my goodness. So, as of Gabby's house, I don't think they'll wear Nick Jr. as of now. Oh, hello there. Hello. Hello. So, oh boy, let's talk about something. Yes, I do remember you. Yes, I do. Let's talk about, oh boy, Nickelodeon's current scheduling problem. For those of you who do not know that much, for those of you who know and focus on my channel, Nick Jr., Teen Nick, Nicktoons, they're doing way too much of one thing only. Maybe 2, maybe 3. Nick Jr. is probably the only one that has the most variety out of the sister networks. But it's going to air a lot of Paw Patrol. Oh, the Block? The Block is airing too much Paw Patrol. Have you seen next week? Have you seen next week? It's a bad schedule. It's only going to air Paw Patrol on the Nick Jr. block. That's it. That's it. Nothing else. Just Paw Patrol. No Santiago, no Blue's Clues, no Bubble Guppies, just Paw Patrol. Who thought this was a good idea? And if anything, that scheduler, he needs to just resign. He needs to resign and just go to another network because it's just not working out for Nickelodeon. It really isn't. I really think that Nicktoons, Teen Nick, and Nick Jr., they need better scheduling. Nickelodeon needs better scheduling. They need to stop airing those movies. Yes, I am. And, my goodness, Nickelodeon really needs to cool off with this stuff. Nick at Night? Oh, have you seen Nick at Night? Who thought getting rid of Nick Rewind was a good idea in favor of less variety? Only to focus on the streaming service Paramount Plus? Well, the Gabby's Dollhouse thing, it's an error. I think it was an error. I'm not sure. I actually found it on a scheduling website. Gabby's Dollhouse was originally going to air Nick Jr., but they pulled off the airings. It was also going to be rescheduled at the 12th, but it didn't air there either. I'm not sure what happened to Gabby. I guess it's not happening as of now. Kind of reminds me of oh boy. Remember when Nick Jr. aired Made by Matt? Well, remember when Nickelodeon was planning to put Made by Maddie on Nick Jr. on the Nick Jr. channel to premiere, and it got removed. After that, The license expired, and I think the show hasn't seen the light of day, which is kind of sad. Probably due to similarities of Parallel. I mean, it's just I don't know why they just got rid of it just because they copied the designs of an animated short, so they got rid of it. And now that the license expired, that was really screwed by the network to premiere on Nick Jr., the Nick Jr. channel, an original series. I feel bad for those who worked on it. But unlike Gabby, made by Maddie, formerly known as Fashion Alley, that was an original. That was going to be an original. After that, they just scrapped the idea, and I'm not sure what happened to the show after that. Ooh, boy. So, Discovery Family, really, they should have never picked up True in the first place. Especially that was doomed to start with, how irrelevant that channel has gotten. They really do. They really need to stop with the Paw Patrol reruns. I mean, Paw Patrol is even airing outside of the Nick Jr. block. It's going to air on the 21st. I think it's the 21st. It's going to have 2 hours of nothing but Paw Patrol and the Rebel spin-off Sneak Peek. They're really milking this. Not even Dora the Explorer has this much than Paw Patrol. And Paw Patrol isn't really an original. It's just a co-production. Oh yeah, Team Mischeduling left now. It's sad because Team Mischeduling was a good show. I mean, it was fitting for Nick Jr. I really hope that Bubble Guppy's schedule thing, I really hope that's not official. 2:59 a.m. My goodness, it's the whole Nicktoons Ollie's Pack thing again. Who thought this was a good idea? Honestly, should just air that on Nick Jr. block. I just can't believe that Nick Jr. had to end up like this. Just being oversaturated, but never my Paw Patrol. I'm scared about Santiago. Oh my goodness, I'm really scared about Tiny Chef. Tiny Chef, oh my gosh, I am scared of that show. I really hope that doesn't get booted to the Nick Jr. channel. Face's Music Party is already feeling to be booted to Nick Jr., the Nick Jr. channel, and it was going to have a special on its season finale. And Face was a big thing on Nick Jr. Oh my goodness. Paw Patrol. Like, they really need to stop with the Paw Patrol. That scheduler, he needs to chill out that there are other shows. There's Santiago Disease, there's Blues Clues and You, which is having the big city. You would think that Nick Jr. would have a marathon of Blues Clues and You to celebrate the upcoming Big City Adventure movie. But it isn't. It's going to air nothing but Paw Patrol. Blues Clues, a big icon on Nick Jr., a big icon that has been since 1996. A huge fan-loved series that was loved by people in generations. That was loved by generations. And yet, they're not doing a marathon of that. They're going to air a marathon of Paw Patrol instead of Blues Clues. Why? I don't get it. Unfortunately, I just cannot see why this was a good idea. If I were to run the Nick Jr. block, I would just give Blues Clues a marathon to give Paw Patrol a break. That's enough with the Paw Patrol. Like, it is getting tedious. It was becoming a nuisance. Oh, absolutely with Teen Nick. Oh boy, that Labor Day schedule already, it just made the Cartoon Network Christmas 2017 schedule seem like a good schedule. Because at least with that, there was at least some variety. And Adult Swim, which brought more variety. Teen Nick, 24 Hours of Henry Danger. Who thought this was a good idea? Who thought this was a good idea? I don't like that. I really don't like that. If Nick Rewind was still here, he would have brought the channel a little more variety. Yeah, Steven Universe. 2 slots of Steven Universe. But honestly, I'll take that over Teen Nick's Labor Day schedule. Because my goodness, that Teen Nick schedule is just atrocious. Oh yeah, Nicktoons. I have seen an upcoming Nicktoons lineup. It's going to be like huge, huge amounts of SpongeBob. Why? They aren't even celebrating anything. Unless it was for the title zone, which has been moved to 2023. Or is it because of the Sponge on the Run movie? Really? Just because the Sponge on the Run movie premiere? That's why you're wearing a lot of SpongeBob? Oh yeah, It's Pony. Luckily, It's Pony is now available on Paramount Plus. So that's good. So when you get it's a shame it got canceled, but it's nice to see. Yeah, in the movies. Nickelodeon, you're not a movie channel. That scheduling is just bad. Nickelodeon, you are not a movie channel. Paw Patrol, Friends, SpongeBob, Loud House, movies. That's literally what Nickelodeon is now. That scheduler should just go to another company, another channel like Freeform or Showtime or HBO. HBO Family. Showtime. You know, if he wants to do a Showtime Family channel, make him do it. He just shouldn't work on Nickelodeon anymore. Because it's just not working. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Nick Jr. in 2018. I was when it started its downfall and got rid of the classics. Though 2022 was not a good year for Nickelodeon. It was not a good year for Nickelodeon. Like a lot of shows, there were barely any series premieres, anything special about the network. Oh boy, if the Christmas schedule of Nickelodeon is bad, if the Christmas schedule of Nick Jr. Teen Nick, Nicktoons are awful, I fear they would. It's too much. Why is Teen Nick airing Henry Danger when there's Danger Force, the newer one, the one that has, new episodes? They're repeating Henry Danger twice, maybe 3 times, technically, for like, in its current state. It's crazy to see why Teen Nick is doing this to just air, Henry Danger, while there were other shows to air. The same goes to Nicktoons. What was the last time Nicktoons aired Minimalist Post? What was the last time it aired The Patrick Show? Big Nate. Oh gosh. My goodness. That scheduling is just annoying. Because too much of one thing is not a good thing. It's a problem. And you need variety. Look at Cartoon Network. Cartoon Network actually is doing good. Like, it is doing good. It did a good job on its 30th birthday. Cartoon Network did things well. Nickelodeon didn't. Disney Channel, even though it aired too many episodes of Big City Greens, I'll take that over the Nickelodeon one. Yeah, Cartoonito airs Cocomelon for like 1.5 hours. Honestly, Cocomelon shouldn't even be on one of the networks. Like if you wanted to be on Cartoon Network, just get rid of it on Universal Kids. Just remove it off Universal Kids. It's not even necessary anymore. Who thought it was even a good idea to air it on linear cable anyway? Ah, goodness. Nickelodeon really needs a new scheduler. These upcoming schedules in the past few months have been getting bad. Like, they have gotten worse. They're bad. They're bad lineups. They barely air anything else. Aside from premieres, maybe. Just not that much on reruns. Honestly, yeah, Nicktoons really shut it down. Anti-Nick. And honestly, Nick Rewind should just come back on Nick at Night. Just replacing a Night with Nick Rewind. How is Nick at Night still alive when there's TV Land? It's not that. Sorry, it's not that necessary. It's just unnecessary to air these sitcom episodes instead of classics. Or, combine them together. Air some classics and then air some sitcoms. Nickelodeon is supposed to be the #1 kids network. Ratings have gone down. SpongeBob had a new series low. SpongeBob, the big kahuna of Nickelodeon, the mascot of Nickelodeon, if it fully counts, given how they treated it like that. They removed the title zone over Sponge on the Run? It doesn't have to be like that. Wouldn't it make sense if it would just air the title zone first and then air Sponge on the Run after that? Or air Sponge on the Run first and then air the title zone? But they didn't. I don't know why. All these shows have been getting serious lows. SpongeBob used to have millions in ratings. It used to have millions. Now it could barely go through 200,000 on premieres. Wow. Just wow. Nickelodeon really fell down the drain. It was first kids network. Cartoon Network is beating Nickelodeon. Remember back in 2017 when Nickelodeon was beating Cartoon Network? Now it's the other way around. Nickelodeon used to be the big one. Now Cartoon Network is beating it. Disney Channel is beating it. Which is impressive. And not in a good way. Because I have never seen Nickelodeon fall down the drain like that since the new schedule. I fear that the channel ratings are going significantly down. Cartoon Network, they might have higher ratings. It's crazy. It's just crazy. I feel bad for Minimalist Post. Series finale got a series low on its supposed final episode. Yeah, Disney Channel, still kind of is, but at least it still has variety. It actually has reruns of other shows. Even Disney XD, over in Big City Greens every single weekday night, is better than Nickelodeon and the sister networks, except for maybe Nick Jr. And even so, Nick Jr. couldn't surpass Disney Jr. in its current state. Yeah. It's just something. MTV airing too much ridiculousness. Yeah. At least I'll say that. Nickelodeon ain't MTV. Have you seen MTV's schedule? Oh boy. It is so bad. It is worse than Nickelodeon, honestly. So, I'm not sure how Gabby will B might not air on the channel after all, might air on Nick Jr. But Nickelodeon really needs some help from its scheduling. My goodness. It is just sad to see it. Anyway, I think that's all I gotta say from this live video. Oh yeah, the Paw Patrol movie. They're gonna air that. I know it's gonna air on the Nick Jr. channel. Yeah, they keep on crumbling. It's just they couldn't stop. But alas, I think that's all I gotta say. Thanks for watching, being part of the live stream, live chat. I'll see you all in another video or in a community post. Stay cool.